Hey, what's going on, everybody? This your boy Stone Thug, and this video is going to be uh, Nipsey Hussle story. I was fortunate to like in some previous videos about Prince and Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. I was fortunate enough to have met Nipsey Russell and have known Nipsey Russell a little better than most of you guys because I've been knowing him, his family, and his hustle for almost 20 years. Where most of you just finding out who he was this week or last year or something like that. The way I met him is I used to get my hair cut at the little center that his family runs now. And I used to get my hair cut there, and my son and we used to also, that center was real popular because it was right off of Crenshaw. And they used to cut hair, and they had some food court, some food areas over there you could buy, fish and stuff. Also, they had some ice cream, some homemade ice cream over there that we used to travel quite a distance to go get, because I was staying in Culver City, West LA, and this was in Crenshaw. And at that time, it was real hard to find black barbers who knew how to cut black folks' hair in Culver City. They were charging a lot of money, but they weren't doing a decent job cutting hair. So that's how I met him. So we're talking like almost 20 years. And I had gotten into the rap game because, I'm Stone Thug, music artist. So it's funny, with a name like Stone Thug, you would think that I would have produced more rap music. But the truth of the matter is, I primarily do ballads, audio books, and different types of music. But rap is just one of the different types of music that I was carrying at the time. And so that's how we got involved. I like movies. And the thing that was unique about him was that he used to sell out of the trunk of his car. He used to sell DVDs out the trunk of his car. And he started selling this music and stuff too. Like, I have one of his very first CDs that he started producing. And I was actually going to collaborate in regards to not singing, but get some beats from him for some of the music that he had come out with, because he had some really original, real cool hooks and things at that time. And I think I had kind of started earlier than him, where I had, I used to, when I later coming over there, I got the first Hummer that was like in the neighborhood, the first Hummer. Matter of fact, on my Stone Thug music video, we actually have the first Hummer car featured in any music video. So I think I was, in terms of statewide, we were a little larger than his platform at the time. And he was just the little guy starting off. He had like, you know, the long hair and the braids, and he was just always serious about what he did, and he was always hustling. So that's, you know, the name Nipsey Hussle, which, you know, has come from the comedian Nipsey Russell from the music the Oz. I mean, not the Oz, but the black version of the Oz, the Wizard of Oz, um, where Nipsey Russell was the Tin Man. So he has the name Nipsey Hussle rather than Nipsey Russell. And he was just a serious young man. And I used to see him every other week, at least twice a month. And I would get my DVDs from, you know, the family and some of his music at times. And he was just a decent person. So I choose to not, um, I know there's a mourning, we have to mourn for the young man, but I'm going to remember uh, what he would want us to remember, in my opinion. Of course, there's other people who know him, and some that even know him, I'm sure, much better than me, because my time with him was you know, while I was getting my hair cut and while I was buying DVDs, burnt DVDs and CDs from him. But I used when he first opened his shop, I was one of the first supporters when he first opened up his store, when they first got it. And we were so proud, and it, you know, it was just so nice to see it open. I think I was one of the first customers. They didn't have much merchandise when I got there, so this we talking years ago. And he just, I just choose to remember the businessman and the hustler, and he lived up to that. And he's a hero in my eyes, and not because he's famous like what some of you looking at. He's a hero because I saw him start out the trunk of his car. I saw him get his Grammy, his awards. I remember when he was to come into the barbershop and sell with his family, and be having his music and buying his music. As a matter of fact, the first movie that I made, the independent feature movie that I made called 3765 Motor Avenue, there's a character which is played by my uh, stepson, Thomas. There's a character that's based off of Nipsey Hussle, which is when we are in the barbershop getting a haircut, he comes in and he sells DVDs and CDs to the customer. And it's based off of this young man that you're seeing right now, Nipsey Hussle. So I want to say rest in peace, sweet prince, and, you know, sure you at a better place, and you did all you could do down here to try to bring, you know, the elements together. You did all you could to try to help people understand business on a street level. You did all you could to bring nutrition and better eating to the streets. You did all you could to stay independent as long as you could and sell from the streets and not sell other things that we weren't allowed to sell, but sell what you could. You came up with the hustle. You came up from the streets. You're a hero. You are definitely cool brother that would talk to anybody. You were always serious about the money, even taking over that whole area that I used to come and get my hair cut with and start buying up the whole area. You always tried to keep a positive image. You tried to keep it real. You tried to keep it 100, and you succeeded. So God bless you, and God bless your family, and much love and much peace. Okay, this is my take. Just telling my tale, telling my story about what I know about this young man. And 20 years, a long time, a little shy of 20 years, maybe about 17 years, but you know, it's a long time, especially in a young man's life. All right, peace, brother. Rest in peace. Nipsey Hussle. This is your boy Stone Thug with StoneThug.com. Peace.